take him.
Basically, that kept you straight. Then you got sidewide.
And when I wanted to get straight again, I joined a kung fu school on Vermont. And I would go Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I'd have to kick and do forms.
Mm-hmm.
And it got my mindset of being around people that don't give a fuck that I do comedy. They don't give a fuck that I've been in a movie. You know?
Right.
These people are worried about making rent. They just barely could pay that place. You know, so when they go there, they're not there to talk or socialize.
Mm-hmm.
They go there to do their kung fu and get the fuck out of it.
The way it should be.
And that's the way it should be. It's pretty interesting, the different... but that, it always kept me straight. And like I said, I went to Jiu-Jitsu Tuesday and I went to Jiu-Jitsu today. And I had a great time. I'm improving, you know.
Joey, I've seen a big change in you, and I told you that. I mean, you look great.
Yeah,
and, you know, I'm so happy for that.
Yeah, I'm
sincerely happy for that. But, you know, no matter how many different styles you train in martial arts, and I've trained in a number of different styles. I mean, as far as, you know, seeing what they're like you say, I call it dabbling is what I call it. Fights come down to one thing. Just punch the guy right between the eyes. Just punch him right between the eyes and keep punching and keep punching and keep punching, you know? Don't get too fancy. It's all simple.
That's what I don't want to do. Punch somebody between the eyes. That's why I eat pot cookies and give Lee fucking gummy bears and shit. It's amazing. You know,
I don't go around punching people, Joey. I'm just saying if somebody picks on you or... Did you see that video this week that was released of the guy in the convenience store? The Indian fella, I think it was from, that fought MMA, and they... Did you see this thing?
I heard something about a gas station guy.
Unbelievable. Yeah. These two or three guys come up to steal the money bag that they're either delivering or whatever. It's his buddy. And the outside camera caught it. He runs out and just straight leg drop kicks this guy and, you know, puts the knuckles to him and then to his other friend. It was street justice. I'm just like this. I'm just like, yeah, I wish that would happen every day.
That's the problem. Everybody got a motherfucking camera. So even after you go home and you're sleeping and you think you did your deed as an American.
Well, you got to live for it. It's going to live on after that.
They're going to come fucking get you.
This guy should... They're not going to come get this guy. This guy should get the key to the city. I'll give you an instance of where something happened while we're on the subject of street justice. I got it right here.
You know, nowadays, something like that happens. A week later, the DA, oh, by the way, we have to press charges on you for minor assault because the guy ended up in the fucking hospital. And you're like,
well, didn't the fighter just get off because, like, some people broke into a fighter's house and they shot him or something, but it ended up being in self-defense, like, last week.
Did he get off? Is it still pending, or did he get off?
I think they dismissed the case. Let me see if I can find it.
They had another incident with an 80-year-old man. That's what I was looking for here. I read about it this morning. He had been robbed in his house before, and he came home and found this guy and this girl trying to pry open the safe in his house. They jumped on him. They broke his collarbone. They knocked him to the ground. The 80-year-old guy had the wherewithal to reach for his .22. It was only 22. And he shot the guy in the back. Or he shot at the guy. They ran out of the house. He was so pissed because they broke his collarbone. They beat him up. They're trying to rob him. He ran out into the street after them. Now, that's like an 80-year-old man, okay? Ran out into the street after him, shot the guy in the back. The girl falls to the ground. She pleads for him not to shoot her because says, I'm pregnant. She wasn't pregnant. He shoots her, right? Kills them both. Now he's going to be arrested, probably go to jail for the rest of his life. But he was wrong. As soon as they ran out of the house, you can't do anything. He can't do anything.
All right, this guy, 4 people broke into his house. He stabbed one guy and killed him, and then beat the other guy so badly the other 2 guys ran away. So he didn't shoot him. He stabbed.
I love it.
I mean,
listen, man. You always number one rule: you want to fuck somebody up, invite them over for dinner. That's the way. You want to fuck somebody's world up, you invite them over for dinner. That's the old Carmine the Torch way. That's old school, and that's what when you want to get away with murder. Fucking put a string of 20s going right to your door and shit, and just sit there with a BB gun and a fucking bazooka. I mean, that's how you can shoot somebody. If you really want to shoot somebody, that's the way to shoot somebody. Just put like 8 20s leading up to your house, leave the door open, and just sit there with a fucking submachine gun and shit.
Are you for capital punishment?
Am I for capital punishment?
I know this is a very sketchy subject, but while we're on the subject of
it's hard.
Revenge.
It's hard when, like, part of me thinks, like, yes, like, sometimes it would, but then, like, could you push the button? That's where, like, oh, that's
I'm gonna tell you
a hard
something.
decision.
Last week or 2 weeks ago, they tried to ice somebody, and it took 8 hours. His eyeball popped or something
well, that's
like
new,
that.
But yeah,
that's all new, but it happens once a fucking month. We just don't hear about it. Listen, man, I'm from the 2 sides of the fence. If you fuck up and there's a state law that says you gotta go. If you do one of those fucking things, you gotta go. If you really think about it, you're not really gonna go. It's gonna take 18 years before you fucking go.
We're taxpayers are paying $45,000 a year keeping these guys alive.
For me to say, am I in favor of capital punishment? Listen, man, I'm sitting here. You're telling me that story about that old fucking man, and I'm thinking about him, and I'm thinking about what he's going through. But I'm also thinking about the time I drove Dave Black, and I was in the car, and he went in and fucking, shook somebody down, and all of a sudden he's like, run, and I'm driving, and he's running up to the car because the guy's going to get a fucking gun and shoot him. I've been in those situations. I couldn't have been here right now. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not one of those guys that says, I'm so lucky to be here. No. But I know that situation. So for me to say, should he get shot or not, I'm a fucking hypocrite one way or another,
And that thing with what I was saying is like they outlawed the old system for like the chemicals to put people to sleep. So like for the past 2 or 3 months, they've been trying new ones and it's not working.
Whatever happened, just not to interrupt you, Buff.
No, it's okay.
What about a cigarette and you fucking shoot him? What do you want to eat, though? What are you talking about? Listen, it's all over. What do you want to eat tomorrow?
I don't know. I think a little differently. I think if somebody murdered and raped, someone's daughter, that the punishment should be to have 3 of the selected family members with baseball bats go into a small room and spend a half hour
in a real fucking world.
Yeah, in the
but
real
that's
world.
Not going to happen because we have Gentiles and they save whales and they're out there fucking swimming, saving the clam. Save the mouse program and all that shit. So you have these people that they get light. So you can't in a real world. I would love to be a prison guard and somebody did something to somebody's child, and for me to go, Lee, come on down, bring the fucking baseball bat and the fucking fishing pole. You're going up his asshole. I wish.
Well,
how many people really would?
Right.
How many people would?
A fraction of the ones that say they would.
I know for a fact, man, when I was 21, there was 18 people I wanted to kill, and I had no reason to live, and I had access to weapons, and I wanted to kill these people. And after a while, I would look at these people for what they really were, even at my young age, and I would say, why would I want to kill them? They're already fucking dead. They're already fucking dead. Some of these people walking around that did you wrong, or they just done people wrong, they're already dead. They don't even know. They know they're walking dead. You don't know it. You think like, oh, look at him. He's having a fucking good time. Donald Sterling's been dead for 20 fucking years. He's just got $100 million holding him up.
Well, just whenever I think about it, because it's a hard question, but like every once in a while they'll have something where this guy went to jail for 18 years and gets out because he didn't do it.
Just happened the other week.
You spent a year or something in jail, right? Like how long is a year to think about doing 18 years when you didn't do it, and then like you guys said, if someone hurt my mom in any way, I'd want him dead in a second. But then
going in like fucking Marines, you understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.